Hi folks, this is College Algebra Quiz 8. We're asked to find the center and radius and graph this equation. There's a good chance this equation is a circle because we have both variables squared. They're being added together and they have the same coefficients. Another good bet that it's a circle is because I'm asking to find the center and radius of it. First thing I'm going to do is group the x's together and the y's together. So I've got x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 8y equals 0. And remember, we got to keep the eyes on the prize here. The standard equation of the circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So I need to complete the square on the x and y. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to leave some room here. X squared minus 6x plus something plus y squared plus 8y plus something equals 0. The coefficients of x squared and y squared are already 1, so that's going to save us from factoring things out. I take the coefficient of x, take half of that, so it's x minus 3 quantity squared. If I multiplied this out, I would get my x squared minus 6x plus 9, so that's what goes in there. And to keep the balance in the equation, if I add 9 to the left-hand side to complete the square, I'm going to have to add 9 to this side to keep it even. Now what perfect square starts off y squared plus 8y? Well, it's going to be y plus 4 quantity squared, taking half of 8 to get 4. And if you take the time to multiply this quantity out, you get y squared plus 8y plus 16. And so the right-hand side is now 0 plus 9 plus 16, that's 25. So with amazing speed and accuracy, we know what the center is. The center is 3 comma negative 4. Take that number out for x, take that number out for the y, take their opposites. And what's the radius? R, it's the square root of this number here. The square root of 25 is 5. And so I have just enough room to sneak a graph in over here. Center 3, negative 4. Right about there. I have to move 5 in the x direction. In the y direction. And connect them up. It's actually not half bad for me, but in case there's any doubt, I'm going to put the word circle right next to it so people know it's supposed to be a circle. And so that'll do it for number 1. Okay, number 2. We're asked to find the vertex, focus, and directrix and graph this equation. If you look in this equation, it's only the y that's being squared, and so there's a good chance it's a parabola. Another good chance it's a parabola is look at what I'm asking you to find. Those are all parabola things. So, in order to find the vertex, we need to have the thing in standard form. So remember what the standard form of a parabola looks like. Y minus k squared is 4p x minus h. And sure enough, I'll be darned, it's already in standard form. So the vertex is going to be positive 1 comma positive 2. And let's see what that 4p is. The 4p is the coefficient right there. That's 12. That means p is 3. So I'm going to rush off to the graph now. 1 comma 2. That's where the vertex is. Since the y is squared and the p is positive, the y squared means it's going to open either left or right. P is positive means it's going to open to the right. So I can start, looks like that. It's a parabola. Doesn't quite look it, but that's what it is. P is equal to 3. Remember, that's the distance from the vertex to the focus and from the vertex to the directrix. So the vertex, or the focus rather, is always inside the parabola, so to speak. I need to move 3 units over to get to where my focus is. So this guy is the point 1 comma 2. If I move 3 to the right, I'm going to add 3 to the x component. and that's going to get me to 4, 2. So that's the focus. And what about the Directrix? So the Directrix, what do? I'm going to move 3 units to the left. It's going to be a vertical line. And what's the name of that vertical line? Well, all vertical lines have the formula x equals something. If I'm starting at 1 and moving to the left 3, I'm going to subtract 3 from the x coordinate. So that Directrix gives me, doing that gives me x equals -2 for the Directrix. And so that'll do it then for quiz 8.